Hello, it's Jen, and it is Friday, February 3rd. I'm here live with you, and I'm going to make a project in just a minute. But first, what I want to do is I want to do two draws. So let me bring this screen in here. Da, da, da. Here we go. So this is the card. Oops, we've moved a little bit here. This is the card that I made last week. I actually made 3 cards last week. Just realizing this is a bit off center here. And this was the 3rd card I made with that beautiful texture using the paper from the Celebration promotion. So this paper here, this Celebration booklet. And so what I do every week is I do a draw for the card that I made the week before. So I'm going to do a draw for this one right now. And I am then going to do another draw. So let me just pop back here for a second. I see Nicole there. Hey, Nicole, how are you? I'm glad you're live today too. And Nicole says, she says, that was one of my favorite lives. I love all you did. And what I did, Nicole, too, thank you for that, by the way, is I put all those cards on my blog as well. So I can put a link to that in the comments here so you can see them. So I'm going to do a draw for that card. And all you have to do to get in on next week's draw is to comment, like, or share this particular video right now, whether you're watching now live or whether you're watching it later as a replay, and then your name will automatically get into the draw. So I'm going to do a draw for that, and then I'm also going to do a draw for anyone who placed an order in January. I said your name would go in a wheel for a free bundle of your choice from the mini catalog. So I am going to jump over to my first draw. So let me just, and then I'll jump immediately to the next draw, because I've got to share the same screen. So let's see here. That's not what I want. I want this one. Share screen. Okay, so it's going to look funny just for a second. And then we'll share. Okay, so here we go. Here's the wheel all set up. Anyone who liked, comment, or shared, and as long as you're Canadian and not a demonstrator, that would be me. That's no good. Let's pick another one. You're Canadian and not a demonstrator, then you can enter my draw. So here we go. Let's just see what we come up with. Oh, that's funny. I think this one almost retired teacher won the week before too. It's really going to be your month. One retired teacher. I know who you are, Jose. Okay, so that will be your card. So congratulations. Oh, you know what? Actually, she's a demonstrator now. Sorry, Jose. Redrawing. She signed up as a demonstrator, so I'm going to pick another winner. Here we go. 3rd time's the charm, right? As long as you're a Canadian and not a demonstrator. Villa. Okay, Villa, you can win. I know you are Canadian and not a demonstrator. So here we go. Congratulations on winning that card. So now let me pop over to this other wheel that I have. And this is basically everyone who placed an order in January. And your name is in here to win a free bundle. Isn't that exciting? So here we go. I'm going to click to spin. And this is for the bundle. So whoever's name is on here, whoever gets it will win the free bundle. Do you know what? I actually think, I'm sorry, but that is a demonstrator who earned some rewards, which is fantastic. But Joanne can't qualify, and that was an accident to put her on there. So we're going to spin again. Here we go. So the win of the January bundle is, there we go, Nancy G. Nancy, you have won. Congratulations. So I will contact you, Nancy, and find out what bundle you'd like to have. So congratulations. That's pretty awesome. And thank you, everyone who did place an order in January. So let's go back. Here we go. All right, so let me just jump right over to my desk here and switch the light around. And let's get going on today's project. I just want to put this on my desk so I don't lose it. Okay, so I am going to work with this stamp set today. It is called Picturesque, and it is from the mini catalog. Let me just show you that. So this is the mini catalog I'm talking about. If you don't have it yet, and you're Canadian, you don't have a demonstrator, I'm happy to send it to you. Just let me know. So it's here on page 64, and it's one of those ones that is probably, you look at it and you kind of pass it over because you don't really get it. At least that's what I did at first. So Nancy's there. Oh, yay. Nancy's there. So excited to win. She says, thank you, Jen. You're most welcome. Nancy, I need to know what bundle you want to get. So, and Christine says, congratulations too. That's nice. I love how you guys all congratulate each other. That's fantastic. Anyway, so this bundle, Picturesque, it is basically a bundle that allows you to make a scene. And these pieces fit into each other, which I'm going to show you how to do. But you could separate them too. In fact, I can see here in the samples that Stampin' Up! Has that they haven't used a couple of pieces for some of the things. And then some of the sayings are quite nice, like just because, love knows no boundaries, difficult roads bring you to beautiful destinations, perfect for a card like this, press on, and then just a hello, which is always nice too. So let me show you how this is going to work. Oh, and before I forget too, this is, I was in my newsletter. Again, if you're not on my newsletter, I'll add a link here and you can add yourself in. But there are more celebration options. So there was that little book I showed you of things you can get for free during celebration, which goes up to the end of February. And they've added in a few new things. Now, a lot of these are from the annual catalog, but a couple of them are from the mini catalog, including this paper here, which I'm actually going to use today. Enjoy the journey. It's in the mini catalog on page 59. So let me just show you that. And then I'm going to get going, okay? I know you're anxious to see what I'm doing. It's this paper here. I used it actually in December on a card. It's got that beautiful scenery and some nice background pieces, which is what I'm going to use today. And I've got the numbers here of the annual catalog. So I'll post this because I don't think I posted that as well, where all those things are. But if you are ever looking for what's in the annual catalog, I do have a handy dandy list here. I'm a librarian by training, so I like indexes. They make me excited. So just if you're looking for something like adhesive or ink or whatever, this is an index to the annual catalog, so you could easily find stuff. And I'll put that link in here today too. It'll look like this when you print the file. There's two, you print it front and back, and then you just cut it to make it into this. So it's a wish list, but it's also that index. And I just keep mine tucked in my book because I use it all the time. Okay, that's enough gabbing. Let's get the stamping. Nancy says she'll be in touch. I have a few ideas. Fantastic. Okay, so I am going to use, with this stamp set, the Stamparatus. Now, this is something you'll find in the annual catalog. I've got information about it on my website as well. And do you need to use this for positioning? No, you can actually seed align these stamps up because they're photopolymer. But the reason I'm using it is because with the Stamparatus, you can restamp stuff and get a darker image. And that is the main reason I'm using it today. So I'll show you that that'll become evident as I do it. But if you did want to make a couple of these cards, once you have them set up on the Stamparatus, it's easy to do a few more. So the first thing I've done here, I'm going to just show you what I've got. Whoops, let me move the camera here. Is I've got here in the Stamparatus the foam thing. This is something you can buy additionally. So it's going to go in here. And then I've got a piece of, this is our little mini grid paper, just a little pad of paper. And I've got a piece of that in here too, just to protect my foam. Plus I'm also going to use it to position things. And then I've got my magnets, which you can see that I've broken. So if you let them snap together, they will break. So don't do that with yours. So I'm just going to use that to hold everything down. Now I have previously positioned all this stuff, but if you wait till the end, then I'll show you how I positioned it. I'll take them off and reposition them. I just didn't want the pressure of having to do that with everyone watching me. But it's not hard. I just didn't want it to not go right. So, okay, so the first thing I've done is I'm going to start with this stamp here, this big tree stamp. So I just want to put this so you guys can see it. So I've got it mounted here on the plate. I'm going to put that down, and I've got a piece of just a quarter sheet. So this is 5.5 by 4.25. So just a quarter of an 8.5 by 11 sheet. And I'm going to stick this right in the corner. This is bigger than what I need, but I'm going to cut it down after. Okay. So I'm going to stick these magnets back on here to hold all this on. Okay. And then what I like to do is I like to put a stamp case. I've got my cleaner right here. I'm going to move that too because I figured I might need that. I like to put a stamp case underneath here to keep it nice and firm so that it's level, the platform's level, so I'm not getting tons of extra ink all around. I probably will anyways, it's just the nature of the game here. So here we go. I see Jean there as well, and Villa says, thanks, Christine. Okay, so I'm starting with Evening Evergreen, and I also have a couple extra samples to show you at the end too with using different colors, which is fun for this stamp set. So I'm gonna ink this up with Evening Evergreen like this, and then I'm gonna take the Stamparatus. I'm gonna move it over as we go here. And I'm going to push down firmly and get that impression, okay? So now you can see that it's not 100% perfect. I can hold it up so you can see that. It's not bad. It's not bad, but I can restamp it again with the Stamparatus and make it nice and dark because it's in the exact same position. I'm just making sure I didn't move it there. So I'm going to ink this up again. I think I need to re-ink my pad, to be quite honest. I've been using Evening Evergreen a lot because I love it. That was Soft Succulent. Okay, and I'm going to close that up. And then I'm going to stamp it again, right over top. Okay, so now you can see how nice and beautiful and dark that is. I love it. So I'm not going to bother cleaning this just to save time. I may come back later and do it. We'll see. I'm going to fit in the next piece. So this next piece, it's going to fit, before I ink it up, it's going to fit right in here. So hopefully you can see that this little wee piece here fits into here. And this little wee piece here fits into here. So again, I'm going to put it on here. I'm going to move to Soft Succulent, my other favorite green that I've been working with. And again, ink it up. Okay, and then stamp, pressing down firmly. Okay, beautiful. I maybe could have moved over a smidgy. I got a little bit of extra white there, but it's not bad, not bad. Okay, and then again, make it nice and dark. It's gorgeous. Okay, let's now jump to, I'm going to take this off. Now, the Stamparatus comes with 2 plates, and I'm using a 3rd plate, but when you get it, you only need 2 plates. You can just flip this over and put your image here if you wanted to have them, but just for the sake of ease and so that you guys can see what I'm doing, I have a 3rd plate here. So this one here is going to nest in here to, there's a cat scratching at my door, of course, as soon as I go live. It's going to nest right in there. So these top of the trees are supposed to wrap around here. When you get your stamp set, you'll see it's really obvious. I thought it was going to be hard to figure out, but it's not. It's super obvious how this all fits together. Okay. Oh, and I think there's a little wee hair there. We'll see in a second. So here we go, stamping it down. I'm going to just ignore that cat because my door is on the other side of the table. Oh, and you know what? I moved that. I hope I didn't move it too much. That's not good. I didn't check that beforehand. I can see it's out of sync a little bit here because it's there. So let me just try again and see how bad it might look. Plus I see that hair again. Okay, I need to wipe that one. If it looks really funny, we'll start again because I can do it fairly quickly and get us back here. So this is our chamois here that I'm using to clean. I have 2 of them. One I've cut in half just to make it easy to grab. Go away, kitty cat. You're too late. You joined too late, kitty cat. Oh, I still see that hair. It's probably a cat hair. Let's try that one more time. Okay, hopefully it doesn't look too funny. Oh, it's actually pretty good. Okay, good. Whew. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out of the Stamparatus, this picture, and this plate. And I'm going to, am I going to use that? No, I'm not going to use a plate. I thought I was, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do something else instead. So I've got here, this is the Stampin' Up masking paper. It's basically like, it's really thin paper with adhesive on it, but it's not super sticky. And it's like I'd call like Post-it notes for crafters. So I have die cut here from some stitched shapes, a little tiny circle. And I'm going to take this, it's sticky. Let me move this up here. And, oh, I realize I'm missing something here. I need to stamp one more piece. Hold on, circle. I'm going to take Evening Evergreen. Now this one I just have here on a block because it's very easy to line up. and I'm using the Evening Evergreen here. It's just like a row of trees along. This kind of looks like water now, but it could be a field. I mean, depending on what colors you use. I'm going to stamp it again without re-inking it, and I'm going to do it one more time without re-inking it. So now it looks like a bunch of mountains, and you can see the whole the darker ones are closer, and then these as they sort of fade out as they get further away. Okay. Kathy says everything was fine, then no sound. Oh, so hopefully you've got sound again with me. I'm hoping. Okay, so now let me take this little mask here, and I'm going to lay it down here. And I did leave the shapes out here to show you what they are. They're my favorite stylish shapes. I'm still missing one die. I'm hoping when I finally do my room move this weekend that it'll magically appear. Okay, so I'm going to take some of our cute little new brushes. These are the blending brushes. And I'm going to start with Mango Melody. And I'm going to grab some ink from here. Now this is quite dark, so I'm going to rub it first on my scrap paper. And then I'm going to very lightly add that color around what's going to be the sun, okay? And I don't care that I'm getting some in the water because I actually want some in the water, right? To be like a reflection. So I'm jumping to Pale Papaya. And these brushes just wash out. I just take them in my sink and wash them. And they may have a little staining on them, but then I know that I'm going to use that for a yellow or an orange later. So again, just rubbing it off, and then I'm going to just add a little bit of color around here. I didn't do much. There we go. And again, I don't care that I get a little bit in here. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the blue. Nicole says she can hear okay. Maybe it's just your Wi-Fi, Kathy, that just went for a second. I got a bigger blue brush here. And again, dabbing it off, because if I just did that on my paper, I'd have quite a mark. So I'm going to very lightly add blue all around here for the sky. I'm going to be careful not to get too much into that yellowy color, because of course blue and yellow will make green, and we don't really want a green sky. So just very soft here. It's funny because the first one I did it doesn't have quite as much sun. I'll show you that after too. Okay, so just something like that. So let me just peel this off, this mask, which is what it is. And now we have that pretty sun. And I'm going to just add a little bit of yellow to it, just so it's not stark white. And I say yellow, it's Pale Papaya, which is kind of an orangey yellow. There we go. Okay. Oh, I love it. It's so pretty. Look at that beautiful scene we just made. Love it, love it, love it. So I cut it big on purpose so that I could cut it down. So I'm going to do that now. Okay. And the nice thing, like I said, is if you've got the Stamparatus set up, you can just whip off a bunch of cards. I mean, this would be great. A sympathy card, a get well card. I mean, there's a thank you card, birthday card, anything you can think of, really. So I'm just trimming right on the edges here to cut off all that white space. I don't know exactly what this measurement is, but I'll tell you in a second. So I can go as high up or low as I want. I'm going to go to 3 3/4. Oh, you guys probably can't see that. 3 3/4. Okay, so this piece ends up being 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to cut my mat at 3 and 4. Okay, so I have a piece of Evening Evergreen here, a scrap piece, and I'm going to cut that at 4. Oops, that's the scoring blade, the lighter one. The darker one is the cutting blade. And now I forget what I said. Somebody would remember. 3. It actually looks like it's just a little bit more than that. So I'm going to cut it 3 and 1 tick, 1/16. Okay. Put that aside. Let's see how I did. Oh, pretty good, pretty good. Looks good. Okay, so I have here a piece of basic white that I'm going to use as my card base. And I've got my bone folder here. I'm going to fold it in half. Okay, and I'm going to get out my tape. This is our seal. And here we go. Don't forget, I am going to show you how I did the Stamparatus, and I'm going to show you a couple other ideas. So this is going to go like this. Now, this is a piece of that paper that I told you about, which you can now get as one of the extras with Celebration. This is Enjoy the Journey paper. So I'm not actually using any of the scenery. I'm just using this pretty background. So now before I tape this on, this is a little trick for you. What I want to do is I want to stamp a saying, because if I mess it up, then maybe I can rejig how my card's going to go. Okay, so I'm going to use the just because you know, sometimes you just want to say to someone, hey, I'm thinking about you, and here's a card just because. Can you guys hear that cat? It's like scratching at the door. Crazy cat. So does that look straight? What do you think? I think it's pretty good. Oh, now he's meowing. Okay, so I think it's good. So I'm going to add this paper. Kathy, I hope you can hear me. If not, maybe you'll catch me on the replay. Okay, so I'm just going to add that little strip. So this is 5.5, so to fit the card by 1.5. And then I've got dimensionals here for the back of this. I love these greens, so pretty. But wait till you see the other colors I've got here. They're pretty fun. And then I'll show you the Stamparatus too. I'll show you the cards first and then the Stamparatus. That's a lot of dimensionals I just used. I don't like it to sag, right? When it goes through the mail, it gets, you know, compressed, and no sagging on these cards. There we go. Beautiful. Just because. So pretty. And that scene is just gorgeous. I love it. So here's my original. So you can see I did a little bit less sun. Oh, I forgot the birds. Is it going to be too late? I don't know if I can add them now. Let's try. Even though maybe all those dimensionals are there for a reason. Let's see. So I'm going to use basic gray rather than black, just because the colors are, I don't have any black in here. So these are the little birds from the stamp set too. They've got these little birds. Let me just try. Okay. Wish me luck. Oh, I got a little bit of gray there. Oh, shoot. From the block. It's because the thing is raised. So that's okay. So next week's draw will be this card, not this one, because I've got a little mark. Although I will attempt to get rid of that mark. I like to use my sand eraser, this thing here. I actually have this on my blog. I've got it from Amazon, so I've got a link to it from my blog. And what you do is you just erase very gently and take your time, and then you can erase off like the top layer of that cardstock. So I'll work on that and try and fix that up. It'll be this card. You do like the birds, Nicole says. Yeah, it adds something, doesn't it? So I'll fix that one. Okay, now let me show you another one I did. So here's another one. So this one I cut it more square, and I did not use a sun. This is Starry Sky and Orchid, why did I forget the name? Orchid Oasis, that's it. And then Bermuda Bay, and then some pumpkin pie and pale papaya mixed together. And then I put Winged Stella. Oh, sorry, this is Coastal Cabana, because this is Coastal Cabana ribbon. It's also in that mini catalog. And this one I did use the Difficult Roads Bring You to Beautiful Destinations. And there's Winged Stella all over that water, which I'm not sure if the camera will pick up, but it's very pretty, very simple. Nicole likes it with the orange sky. Thank you. And then here's one that I got from a demonstrator in my group from a swap that I'm in. And she did it all in like pinks. And it says, loves no boundaries. And this to me looks like a field now, which I think is beautiful. And she's actually sponged in some little mountain lines. Can you see that? Mountain lines. That sounds like mountain lines. Mountain lines. And here as well. And it's just stunning. Beautiful. So there you go. That is the picturesque stamp set. So let me show you how you position the Stamparatus, okay? Let me move this out of the way. Bring back in the Stamparatus. And let's start with the first plate here. So let's say that I've already got this one positioned. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the, let me just get all these stamps out of the way here. Ta-da! So if you're just joining me now, don't forget to comment, like, and share on this video, and then you'll be entered in the draw to win my card next week. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to ink this up. I just realized you can't see. I need to ink this up a little bit more. Creak, creak, creak on my chair. Okay, so you notice I don't have the cardstock down. I just have the scrap paper. and that's because I'm going to position using the scrap paper, okay? So I'm going to put that down, and then I'm going to grab the next one. So this is the one that we're going to, where is it? Where is that other plate? Well, this isn't going to work if I don't have the other plate. Where did I put it? I know it's hiding here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is the one that fits in here. So let me just take my cleaner, which has also gone missing. Rogue. Okay, well, I have a baby one. Oh, here it is, right here in front of me. Okay. I'm going to clean this so I can pick it up and touch it. Okay, so I'm going to take this one off the block and put the plate back down here. So what I want to do is I want to take this stamp and I want to position it where it's supposed to go. So I told you before that this little piece here needs to nest in here, and this little piece here needs to nest in here. So I'm going to just, I might get my head in here, and hopefully you guys can see this. I'll hold it up. Now, why is the stamp purple? You might want to know. Because when you use it with reds and purples, it stains the stamp, the photopolymer. It almost changes color. And that's okay. It doesn't affect its usability. So I'm going to hold that up so you can see. You can see I've got it down a little bit lower than it should be, just so I'm sure that I've got it, okay? So there we go. So let me try with the soft succulent and see if this looks good. So what you want to do is close the plate, pick up the stamp, and then open it again, okay? So now the stamp is on the block. Got all these other ink pads over here. So I'm not going to ink that up. Ta-da. And it looks perfect. So now I feel comfortable that I could put my paper in here and do this. Now the nice thing again with the Stamparatus is you can do this backwards if you want to. Seeing as I've already got this plate in here, I'm going to do it backwards. So let's just ink this up. You need to go over there. My poor magnets, are all broken. I might have to buy a new set, so I'm going to do that one first. Okay. Let's ink it again. Okay, and then I'm going to grab the first plate that we know is already in the right spot. She said very hopefully. Inking that up. Ta-da! And of course we'll do another layer to make it nice and dark. Yes, I definitely need to re-ink my pad there. Ta-da! Okay, so you see it's perfectly lined up and easy to do. So I would do the same thing with the water. I would try it first on the scrap piece here and then put it on my place. So great cards, and I love the pink, Bella says. I know, it is super pretty. Okay, so let me just jump back to me for a second. So that's all I've got for you today. So that was using Picturesque. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will put the links I mentioned in the chat. It'll probably be in a little while that I do that. I go live with my team at 3:30, so I'm going to do that first, and then I'll jump back in and put those links in that I said. Of course, it's all on my website too, so you can always grab it there. So thank you so much for watching, and I'm wishing you all a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you all again next Friday. Take care. Thanks. Bye-bye.